What is up, everyone? It is the Train Freak here, and today is layout update. I haven't worked on it a whole lot. I've been having too much fun doing other channels' challenges. Speaking of, I will announce one that I plan on hosting myself. And the other one being that I've had a couple of customers send me some locomotives and stuff that they wanted some installs done, so I've been working on that too. So, let's get into some announcements that I have for you. First one being the 500 subscriber contest. I am going to close it tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's been open for a few weeks, so hopefully you've had the opportunity to get in, but if you haven't, it's closing tonight. I've held 500 for over a week. So, and we are going to get back into bingo. So, there might be some of you I might be contacting to say, hey, you need to send me a screenshot that you're subscribed if your subscriptions are not set to public and that you registered. So that way I know that you are subscribed, because I want to reserve these prizes just for my subscribers. Alright, so that's the first announcement. 500 subs close to 9. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed and you want to get in on it, you better do so you can get in on it tonight. Alright, second announcement. We have Ray Boebel. Yeah, that corner. Check out his channel. He is hosting Sidetrack Sunday tonight. Rick Bailey sent him something. I don't know exactly what it is. But Ray was supposed to get it for the holiday show that I hosted back in December, and of course it didn't get in on time thanks to the United States Postal Service. But it did finally come in, and he has it, and so he is going to unbox it on his live stream tonight. So I'm anxious to see what is there. So yeah, make sure you check that tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, on Ray Boebel's channel. Alright, Sidetrack Sunday. And then the last announcement that I have before we get to the layout update is I want to do a challenge as well. Hashtag Train Freaks Challenge. This challenge, you get an option of doing one or another, or a combination of both, whichever one you want to do. I wanted to make it something that I know everybody could potentially participate in. So the first option is going to be just like Uncle Wilmer's challenge, but I'm throwing in a wrench. Now, if I had a wrench here to show you, I'd show you the wrench, but I don't have one here right beside me. I got a level, so there. Let's just say it's a wrench. It's going to be a how many cars can you pull, and you don't have to pull through your whole layout. Let's say maybe 12 inches, a foot. I want to see if your locomotive can pull so many cars. However, here's your kicker. It has to be a switcher unit. It cannot be a Jeep. It cannot be anything with 6 axles, a passenger unit, F unit. If it's a steamer, it's got to be a steam switcher, like an 040 or an 060. A couple of examples of a switcher. I've got a switcher 1500 right here. I've also got a GE, and I think this is a 70-tonner. These are switcher locomotives. So that's your first option. I want to see how many locomotives, or I'm sorry, how many cars you can pull with one switcher. Alright? Now, if you got like a calf unit and it's a dummy, make sure you show it's a dummy before you do it. I've got another switcher right here. This one's a dummy. Let's see here. Yeah. And if I was to pop the cage off, you can see where there's no motor in it. So that's a dummy unit. But that's fine if you want to pull it, but keep in mind that's going to be pretty heavy. So I'm okay if you do something like that, but just make sure that you show that it is a dummy unit. Alright, the other option, if you don't have a switcher unit, maybe you can do what's called a unit train. For those who don't know, you've got what's called the grain trains, you've got an auto train, tank trains, and sometimes I've even recently saw what's called a gondola train. It was basically a train that had nothing but gondolas behind the locomotives. So those are unit trains. It's basically where every single car on that train is going to one destination. It's not mixed. So if you're doing a tank train, I'm fine. You definitely put some buffer cars in there. You should only have one buffer car between the tankers and the locomotive. If your last car is a tank, you do not have to have a buffer on the end. A lot of people don't know that, but that's standard FRA, that you only have to have a buffer between the tank and the locomotives. I have seen some tank trains have two buffers between all the locomotives on the front and the tanks. I don't know why, but I have. Auto trains can actually be a mix of auto racks, the flat cars with the stacks of chassis on there, and even the 86-foot box cars that carry auto parts. So that would be a unit train in itself, because it's more than likely going from one car plant to another. So you got two options on the hashtag Train Freaks Challenge. You could go the switcher route, how many cars can your switcher pull, or what's your longest unit train. And I did forget to mention, on the unit train you can use more than one locomotive if you want to. Totally up to you. Coal drags are unit trains. So I'm curious to see what you do. I'm probably not going to go as far as making a video of what everybody does, but I definitely want to see something on your layout. I think it'd be fun. So make sure I would appreciate if you participate, and I might change my mind and I might create a video and try to give all you channels some shout outs. So, alright, well, let's get to the layout update. That's really not much of a layout update. So, I will be right back. Alright, well, I guess we can start here since I'm already here. I haven't done a lot of track laying, but I've been trying to figure some things out, and I started more of this last night, so I haven't spent a lot of time on it. But I'm going to move a couple things out of the way so you can see. Here we go. So here we got the two tracks, and this basically one's a runaround. And if I come over on this direction, that might give you a better angle. So the locomotive would come from the interchange, it would pull up straight through the double crossover, through this Y here, and it would come on this track here, which is a feeder track, but it's also the track that goes to Peckerwood Sawmill. Then, if it's going to any of the other industries, it would back into one of these two tracks, which one of them can service as a runaround. So if it's going to Fresh and Funky, which is that slip of paper way back there in the back, it would just back straight. Well, yeah, there we go. It would just back straight. Oh, sorry, through the Y and through that turnout right there, and just go straight through the single slip and back in. However, if anything is going over towards Morton Salt, The Unknown, Gamer and Thrones, and Tetanus, which is going to be over there, it's actually going to have to back into this track right here, which can act as a runaround. And I'm going to try to keep this over here as I'm walking around. And then it would back in this turnout here and take this track instead of going straight to the lead. So you can see kind of where I'm going with this. Let me move that one out of the way. So this would literally go right there. I'm just trying to give you kind of a visual. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I almost dropped the camera. But here's the track. It comes off and it's going to curve into this Y. And you can kind of see where I have drawn my line here. And one will Y off into Morton Salt. The other one is going to Y into a curved turnout. This leg of the curved turnout is going to go to an industry that's going to be right in here on this backdrop. The next one, see, I was kind of playing with this last night, y'all. Here we go. So then this curve here would come to this number 4. If it goes straight, it's going to go to Gamer and Thrones. But if it curves here, it's going to kind of follow this direction here. And I can't remember exactly where I had this. Yeah, I had it right there. Put the crossover in, and it'll take us into Tetanus Scrapyard, which will be over here in the hole. So I've got that done, or I've got that in my head. It's a work in process. I can't remember if I showed you that I've got the curved turnout in here and the track, which I've been doing a little bit of work and stuff on this side too, so it's kind of junked up. But this side of the layout, that's kind of what I worked on. Of course, I've been busy playing with trains and not really working on it much, but hey, I guess sometimes that happens. It's all about having fun, right? I do know I'm going to have to address that hump down there, and that's going to be a daunting task. Kind of not looking forward to it, but in a way I am looking forward to it, to go ahead and get it fixed, done, and over with. Because until I get it fixed, I'm really not going to be able to do any type of operations. Alright, let's carry on around. I do want to show you the cool stuff that I've worked on. Alright, this is where I spent a lot of my time. I built a shelf that's already got stuff on it. And this right here is actually acting as my Ashley Durham Northern staging right now. I'm having it come back on this track, but I'm taking them off and putting them up here so you can see my car cards there. Eventually, I will get, when I get level 3 built, then I'll put that actual staging in. So it's just sharing the SSW staging. But what I did was I replaced a single box and put in a double for this light switch here. Now this light, of course, when we turn it on, controls the layout lighting. See how it's a lot brighter now? Okay. But I'm also wanting to do some night operations, so what I can do is turn this off. Gotta let it dim down, it takes a second. There we go. And I installed this light switch. And it's for these blue Christmas LEDs to simulate, oh wow, that's really, really bright. But it's to simulate a moon effect. And of course, when you turn the blue Christmas lights on, I can see this little light here is on too. Because, like I said, I'm not going to be able to see that side of the layout when I put the backdrop on. So, and of course, I haven't ran the Christmas lights yet. I've got 5 of these boxes. And the nice thing is it does have the daisy chain plug, so that really helps. But I got all that wired in together on the lighting circuit. So that is going to be one of the future projects on my list, so that way we can run trains at night. It's probably not going to look as cool since I don't have like street lights and the buildings are not lit up yet, but I'll get there eventually. So that's really it as far as this week's layout update. I did get that a little straightened and organized a little better than last time. It doesn't look like a huge mountain. But also now I'm starting to get more trains in and on the layout. And I still have a lot of stuff to catalog, including that stuff there. And a lot of that stuff there. Something else I've been working on, and I can show you this one. Heath had a thing on Martin Luther King Day, and I think it was on Monday, where he just had a live stream with a whole bunch of people just modeling at the same time. And one of the things I did was I did some airbrushing, and this was an undecorated one, and I popped the windows out. I got them here somewhere. Here they are. Because some of these I'm going to cover up, some of these I'm going to paint, some of them I'm not. And basically, once I get these decaled, these will be on my maintenance away train. And I plan on doing the same with this one here. I didn't give much for these. I bought these at my local hobby shop. And of course that one's going to need new couplers. Ray, since you like these horn hooks, you can have it. I'll send them to you. But this one here, I'm going to need new trucks on it as well, because I am all into the metal wheels. But I plan on doing that one as well, so that way I kind of have like two bunk cars. One's a heavyweight, and then one is the nicer Pullman style. And that way when the maintenance away crew goes out, they'll have somewhere to sleep in. So I did get a new locomotive. I know I shared some with some of y'all on Discord and MeWe pictures of it. But I got a GP60. This one's got DCC. No sound, but just DCC. It's a Proto 2000. It's really, really nice. But I'm going to have to take the decoder out of it and put a sound in it. And then I've also got a GP38. This is a Proto 2000 as well. To go with it. It's a GP38-2 to go with it, but it's only DC. So I'll have to put sound in that one as well. The SP one was, the GP38-2 was brand new. The cotton belt one was used. I only gave $100 for that with DCC, so I didn't think it was a bad ordeal. And then I still need to figure out how to speed match all my locomotives, so that way I could participate in the Cuz's challenge, which is a power move. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I've been at as far as the layout. Not really a lot of progress on it. Of course, I've been working on some customer stuff too, so that takes a little of my time, which I'm okay with. But other than that, don't forget tonight we got Ray Boebel with Sidetrack Sunday. From my understanding, I think Rick Bailey sent him a gift, and he was supposed to get it for the holiday show back in December and unbox it, but that quite did not happen. So Ray's going to open it tonight. So make sure you're there to see his reaction on whatever Rick sent him, because I have no clue what it is. But that is 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern time. And I've got a card up in the corner with Ray's channel, so that way you can go and subscribe to him and turn on notifications for him, so that way you can be in the know when that thing starts and participate if you want to. So, alright y'all, well y'all be safe out there. I wish y'all a great week and happy railroading.